Yo, yo, yo. What's good, fam? The internet is straight up on fire right now, and if you thought you knew the full story behind King Von's tragic murder, think again. The latest FBI leak just dropped a bombshell that's got the whole rap community shook and fans. They're in complete shock. Imagine this, behind closed doors. Lil Durk, King Von's close homie and label boss, might have been playing a role no one saw coming in the aftermath of Von's death. That's right. The whispers you heard in the streets. The weird, quiet moments. The social media blackouts. All starting to make twisted sense now. But hold up, this ain't just about secrets and silence. We're talking about family betrayal, loyalty that's been shattered, and explosive new details that could flip everything you thought you knew upside down. Some insiders say this FBI leak could change the whole narrative, and trust me, it's messier than a reality TV reunion. So what really went down? Who's hiding what? And what does this mean for Lil Durk's future? Stick around because this drama is about to get wild. The story starts long before the FBI leak dropped. Back when King Von was still alive and running the streets of Chicago with that relentless energy that had everyone buzzing. Von was no ordinary rapper. He was the voice of the trenches, the storyteller who painted vivid pictures of the struggles and triumphs in the city. Lil Durk wasn't just his label boss, he was like family, or at least that's what most people believed. Their relationship was seen as tight-knit, a brotherhood that would survive anything. But as the saying goes, blood isn't always thicker than water. Right after Von's death, the silence from Lil Durk was deafening. Fans expected the streets to see him mourning openly, maybe even dropping some emotional tracks or statements. But instead, there was a strange quiet. No social media rants, no public grief, just a cold stillness. This silence fueled speculation. Was there something more going on behind the scenes? What were the secrets that everyone seemed to be keeping? Rumors started bubbling up, but none were concrete. Until now, the leak from an anonymous source inside the FBI shattered whatever piece was left. Suddenly, we learned that Lil Durk wasn't just a grieving friend. He had been cooperating with federal agents in the weeks following Von's murder. This wasn't the simple, I'm helping the police kind of cooperation either. According to the leaked documents, Durk was allegedly providing detailed information on Von's inner circle, including names of people connected to the murder and ongoing street disputes. This revelation turned the narrative on its head. Fans couldn't believe it. Some said Durk was playing both sides, the loyal big brother and the federal informant. Others refused to believe the accusations, defending Durk fiercely. The community was split, and the family circle was left torn apart. Those closest to Von were angry, hurt, and confused. In private meetings, emotions ran so high that voices were raised, trust was broken, and accusations flew like bullets. One source close to the situation revealed an intense confrontation where a family member screamed, "How could you do this to me?" To Von, this moment captured the raw pain and betrayal felt by those who once stood beside Durk. The FBI leak didn't just expose information, it exposed fractures that may never heal. Social media exploded. Hashtags like hashtag #DurksNitched and hashtag KingVonJustice started trending worldwide, and the comment sections became war zones. Some fans accused Durk of selling out his own family and friends, calling him a snitch and traitor. Others argued that Durk was just trying to survive in a dangerous environment where loyalty sometimes means nothing when your life is on the line. Debates were endless, and the drama unfolded in real time. Amidst all this chaos, a new twist dropped that no one saw coming. An alleged audio clip leaked online, capturing a voice that sounded like Lil Durk discussing plans that hinted at moves orchestrated right before Von's murder. This was a game changer. The clip suggested that there was much more to the story than what was publicly known. It raised questions about whether Durk was protecting himself or had deeper involvement in the events that led to Von's death. The internet went wild trying to decode every word and speculate on what it really meant. This new information sparked a frenzy of speculation among rap fans, street insiders, and the media alike. Some believed Durk was caught in a dangerous situation where he had to make impossible choices, while others saw it as confirmation of the worst rumors that Durk's loyalty had limits, and that survival came at a steep price. The lines between friend and foe blurred, and everyone was trying to figure out where Durk really stood. The drama wasn't limited to just the streets or social media. Behind closed doors, the tension was suffocating. Sources reported that Durk's team was scrambling to control the narrative, working overtime to contain the damage, but with leaks and viral fan reactions spiraling out of control. Controlling the story felt like trying to hold water in your hands. The family was left divided, friends started distancing themselves, and the once unbreakable brotherhood seemed to be crumbling. Moreover, the feud over King Von's legacy started heating up. Von's late manager reportedly clashed with Durk over who had the right to control Von's unreleased music and public image. This added fuel to the fire and made things messier than ever. The family feud wasn't just about personal betrayal anymore. It became a battle for power and money, which only made the pain and anger grow stronger. Fans who once celebrated the partnership between Von and Durk were now left questioning everything. The image of Lil Durk as the protective big brother was cracked, and many wondered if it would ever be the same. Some still held on to hope that Durk was misunderstood, a victim of circumstance, while others saw him as someone who had crossed a line that couldn't be undone. Amid all this, the emotional toll was undeniable. The grief, mixed with anger, was palpable. For many, King Von's death was already devastating, but the betrayal rumors made it feel like the wound was being reopened every day. Supporters of Von demanded answers, wanting to know the truth behind the scenes, and they weren't willing to accept silence or vague statements. Despite the growing controversy, Lil Durk remained mostly silent publicly. This radio silence only added to the mystery and speculation. Fans and critics alike waited for him to break his silence, expecting a statement, a track, or some kind of explanation. But with every day that passed without a word, the tension and rumors only intensified. The streets, always quick to sense shifts in energy, were buzzing nonstop. The raw, unfiltered reactions of those close to the situation showed how deep the betrayal was felt. Some saw Durk as a survivor who made tough decisions in a dangerous game, while others couldn't forgive what they saw as a betrayal of loyalty and trust. The lines were drawn clearly, and the atmosphere was tense. This story had all the elements of a blockbuster drama: betrayal, family conflict, secret cooperation with the FBI, social media wars, leaked audio clips, and a battle over legacy and control. Every day brought new developments, new rumors, and new heartbreak. Fans were hooked, watching the saga unfold like it was the latest season of a reality TV show full of twists, drama, and suspense. But even with all the chaos and revelations, one question remained burning in everyone's mind: what really happened behind the scenes? Was Lil Durk truly involved in something darker than we thought? Or was he just a man caught in a storm, trying to survive and protect himself and those he cared about? The truth was buried somewhere between the leaks, rumors, and raw emotions, waiting to come out. And as the family continued to struggle with the fallout, the streets kept talking, the fans kept debating, and the story kept getting more complicated. This was far from over. In fact, it was only just beginning. As the days turned into weeks after the FBI leak, the tension around Lil Durk and King Von's story only grew thicker. The streets were buzzing with new rumors, whispers of alliances breaking, and friends turning against each other. It wasn't just about the leak anymore. It was about what those leaks meant for the people caught in the middle, inside Durk's camp. Sources say the atmosphere was like a powder keg ready to blow. Close friends and collaborators who once had each other's backs started whispering behind closed doors, questioning loyalties and motives. Some insiders said they overheard conversations where people openly doubted Durk's intentions, wondering if he really had their best interests at heart or if survival had made him turn cold and calculating. The family was especially hit hard. The once united front started to crack as emotions ran high and trust evaporated. Family members who were tight-knit began pulling away from each other, some defending Durk, others accusing him of betrayal. In private group chats, messages flew fast and furious, angry texts, heated voice notes, and accusations thrown like daggers. The divide was painful to watch. One family source said, "We're not just talking about hurt feelings. This is about real pain." When you lose someone like Von, you expect loyalty and support, not suspicion and whispers. It's like the foundation we've built is crumbling, and no one knows who to trust anymore. That quote captured the raw emotion that was choking the people closest to the situation. On social media, the war escalated. Fans who once united to mourn King Von were now split into camps. #DurkSnitch continued to trend, with some even calling for boycotts of Durk's music. Others fired back, saying that Durk was a victim of circumstance, caught between the feds and the streets, forced to make impossible decisions just to survive. The comment sections looked more like battlefields, with insults, threats, and emotional pleas flying in every direction. Moreover, a new wave of leaked texts and messages started surfacing online, allegedly from people inside Durk's circle. Some of these messages suggested plans and conversations that hinted at premeditated moves right before Von's death, adding layers to the mystery. These leaks fueled conspiracy theories, with fans piecing together timelines and trying to connect dots that may or may not exist. One particularly explosive message, supposedly from Durk's phone read, "We gotta make moves before they do," combined with the leaked audio clip from Part 1. This fueled speculation that there were deeper layers to the story, layers that could involve betrayal on multiple levels. Not just simple cooperation with law enforcement. The media caught wind and started running wild. Rappers, influencers, and street commentators weighed in with hot takes and theories, keeping the story alive in the headlines. Some reporters tried to dig deeper, reaching out to sources in Chicago and the FBI. But most leads turned cold or were met with silence. The official statements were vague at best, leaving fans desperate for answers. Amid the chaos, some surprising voices emerged defending Lil Durk. A few Chicago legends and respected community figures called for patience and understanding, reminding fans that the streets are complicated and sometimes survival means making tough choices that outsiders might never understand. They stressed that the loss of King Von was a tragedy first and foremost, and that tearing down those closest to him wasn't the answer. This divide between street opinion and fan speculation created a complicated narrative that was hard to untangle. Fans wanted a hero, or at least a villain, but the truth was messy and gray. Was Durk a snitch, a victim, or something in between? Everyone had a theory, but no one had the full picture. Meanwhile, the feud over King Von's legacy intensified. The battle between Durk and Von's late manager over control of unreleased music became public. Rumors said Durk wanted to release new tracks to honor Von and keep his name alive, but the manager opposed, claiming Durk had no right to profit from Von's legacy after the alleged betrayal. This sparked another social media firestorm, with fans taking sides and debating who really deserved to represent Von's memory. Financial stakes were high. King Von's unreleased music and merchandise represented millions of dollars, and control over these assets meant power. Power to shape Von's story and influence how fans remember him. This clash wasn't just about money. It was about respect, loyalty, and the right to keep Von's name sacred. Amid this chaos, the emotional toll was crushing. Those who loved King Von deeply mourned not just his loss, but the fracturing of the family and community he left behind. What should have been a time of healing turned into a battlefield of accusations and division. At the heart of all this was Lil Durk's silence. His refusal to address the rumors directly was seen by some as cowardice or guilt, while others believed he was protecting himself and his team from more fallout. This silence only made the rumors grow louder, with fans desperate for a sign, a word, anything to make sense of the madness. Some insiders revealed that Durk was quietly working behind the scenes, meeting with community leaders and trying to calm the storm. But those efforts were invisible to the public eye, overshadowed by leaks, social media wars, and the ever-growing speculation as the FBI leak continued to cast a shadow over Durk's career. Questions about his future became louder. Would this scandal destroy his reputation and relationships forever? Or could he somehow come back from the brink and reclaim his place in the rap game? One thing was clear: the story wasn't over. Every day brought new twists, fresh rumors, and fresh drama. And the community, the fans, and the streets were watching closely, waiting for the next move in this high-stakes game of loyalty, survival, and betrayal. Just when it seemed like the dust might settle, another bombshell was dropped that sent shockwaves through the entire scene. But that, my friends, is a story for the next chapter. Just as fans started to catch their breath from the non-stop drama, a new bombshell exploded on the scene. An exclusive video surfaced showing a heated exchange between Lil Durk and one of King Von's closest associates, moments before Von's murder. The video is grainy, but clear enough to send shockwaves through the rap community. In it, Durk is seen arguing intensely, his voice filled with frustration and something that sounded like desperation. This video immediately reignited debates. Was this a sign of tension between Durk and Von's circle before the tragedy? Did it hint at a falling out that no one knew about? Or was it just another piece in the complicated puzzle of street politics and loyalty? Fans flooded social media, dissecting every second of the clip. Some said it was proof that Durk had distanced himself from Von's crew even before the murder. Others argued it was a heated but normal disagreement blown out of proportion. Whatever the case, the video added fuel to the already blazing fire. The emotional stakes got even higher when the family publicly responded. Von's relatives expressed their pain and confusion, questioning why Durk was involved in such a tense moment and demanding answers. The family's raw grief was evident in their statements, exposing the deep wounds that hadn't healed amid the chaos. A shocking insider revelation came forward. Durk allegedly tried to convince some members of Von's circle to cut ties and distance themselves from the streets, warning them about looming dangers. This move was seen by some as protective, others as betrayal. Did Durk really try to save them, or was he covering his own tracks? This claim sparked even more heated debates online. Supporters of Durk praised him for trying to protect his people, while critics accused him of abandoning Von's legacy and the people who stood by them. The line between loyalty and survival blurred even more. Then came another twist that nobody expected. An anonymous source revealed that Durk's cooperation with the FBI wasn't just about giving information, but involved striking deals that might have implicated key players in the case. The leak suggested Durk was negotiating terms to secure his own safety, possibly at the expense of others close to Von. The implications were massive. If true, it could explain why Durk stayed silent for so long and why some members of Von's circle distanced themselves from him. It painted Durk not just as a survivor, but as someone who may have made sacrifices that changed the entire course of the discordant investigation. The street vibes were electric with speculation. Many saw Durk's moves as cold and calculated, The classic snitch or survivor debate was now more intense than ever. The pressure mounted on Durk to respond, but still he stayed silent. Meanwhile, the feud over Von's legacy intensified again. Durk's camp released a statement promising to honor Von through new music and initiatives, while Von's family and former manager accused him of trying to rewrite history and profit off betrayal. This public battle played out across social media, interviews, and even in song lyrics dropped by rival artists, fueling the drama further. The emotional toll on fans and family was overwhelming. Many expressed heartbreak that what should have been a united front to preserve Von's legacy had turned into a public war. Others worried that the ongoing drama was overshadowing Von's actual music and message. Some voices in the community called for calm, urging people to focus on healing rather than drama. They reminded fans that Von's story was bigger than the rumors and accusations. It was about the lives lost and the culture they represented. But the viral leaks, videos, and statements kept the spotlight on Durk's alleged betrayal. The story had become a tangled web of loyalty, survival, family conflict, and street politics with no clear hero or villain. As the smoke cleared a little, a new question began circulating. What does this mean for Lil Durk's future in the rap game? Some insiders said his reputation had taken a hit that might be impossible to recover from, while others believed that with the right moves, Durk could make a comeback and even use the drama to his advantage. The saga was far from over. Every day brought new leaks, new voices, and new drama that kept the internet and the streets talking. Fans were glued to their screens, waiting to see who would break the silence next, what new revelations would drop, and how this explosive story would unfold. And just when everyone thought they'd heard it all, the FBI leak dropped yet another twist, a detail so shocking that it could change everything once again. But that's a story for the final part. The newest FBI leak sent shockwaves through the rap world like nothing before. Buried deep in confidential files was a piece of information that many weren't prepared for. It revealed that Lil Durk allegedly had knowledge of a planned retaliation linked to King Von's murder. And more than that, there were hints that Durk might have tried to stop certain actions from happening, but also possibly allowed others to go forward. This revelation ignited a firestorm of questions. Was Durk playing a dangerous double game? Was he trying to be the peacemaker and the puppeteer at the same time? Fans and insiders alike struggled to wrap their heads around the complexity of this new development. The lines between protector and betrayer blurred even further, according to sources close to the investigation. Durk was caught between loyalty to Von's memory and pressure from law enforcement to prevent further violence in Chicago. This put him in an impossible position where every decision risked alienating parts of his community or risking his own freedom. Some saw this as a man trapped by circumstance. Others called it cold manipulation. The emotional fallout was immediate. Von's family was shattered once again, feeling betrayed not only by the loss of Von, but by the man many had trusted. Arguments in family group chats turned bitter and personal. The phrase "the family was left divided" became a painful reality that no one could deny. Social media exploded with renewed fury. #DurkSnitched and #KingVonJustice hashtags reignited, and comment sections were flooded with intense debates, emotional pleas, and angry accusations. Fans were caught between mourning a legend and questioning the man who was supposed to protect his legacy. Even artists and celebrities jumped into the fray, some defending Durk as a victim of the system, others condemning him as a traitor. The public discourse became a reflection of a much larger struggle: loyalty versus survival, street code versus legal realities. Meanwhile, the internal drama continued to escalate. Durk's team reportedly held emergency meetings to strategize how to respond without fueling the fire further. They knew that any misstep could mean losing fans, support, or worse, credibility in the streets. The stakes were higher than ever. Despite the chaos, Durk remained quiet publicly. This silence was both a shield and a source of frustration. Many believed he was playing a long game, waiting for the right moment to release his side of the story. Others felt he owed it to Von's fans and family to come clean immediately. This silence only fed the rumors and the speculation. Conspiracy theories flourished, with some suggesting Durk might even have deeper connections to the murder than previously thought. While no proof surfaced to back these extreme claims, the damage to Durk's reputation was undeniable. The battle over Von's legacy raged on, with new music releases, interviews, and social media posts fueling the fire. The question of who gets to control Von's narrative became a hotly contested issue, with each side accusing the other of exploitation and disrespect. Amidst all this, the community was left in turmoil. The pain of losing King Von was compounded by the drama and betrayal rumors swirling around his name. Healing felt distant as the fight over truth, loyalty, and survival took center stage. What does the future hold? Will Lil Durk's career survive this storm? Or will the fallout from these leaks destroy his standing in the rap world forever? Can the fractured family and community ever find peace after such a deep divide? Or is this the start of an endless cycle of drama and conflict? One thing is certain, this story has captivated a generation, mixing raw street realities with the high stakes of fame, loyalty, and survival. It's a saga full of twists, betrayals, and heartbreak that no one saw coming. The internet, the streets, and the rap community are all waiting, watching, and ready for the next chapter. Will the truth ever come fully to light? Will loyalties be mended or shattered beyond repair? For now, the drama continues, leaving fans hungry for answers and desperate for resolution. To recap, the FBI leak has shaken the rap world to its core, exposing Lil Durk's secret cooperation and leaving fans shocked and divided. From leaked audio clips and heated family confrontations to viral videos and explosive insider claims, this story has it all: betrayal, loyalty, and heartbreak playing out right before our eyes. The battle over King Von's legacy isn't just about music or money anymore. It's about trust, survival, and the heavy price of street life, with the family torn apart and the streets buzzing nonstop. One question remains: will this feud destroy Lil Durk's career for good? Or can he find a way to come back from the ashes and reclaim his place in the game? The drama is far from over, and every new leak or revelation only adds fuel to the fire. So now, we want to hear from you. What do you really think happened behind the scenes? Was Lil Durk a victim caught in a tough spot? Or is there something darker going on? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Smash that like button if you're hooked on this story. And don't forget to subscribe for more insane rap drama and exclusive updates. Trust me, you won't want to miss what's coming next. Stay tuned and keep it locked right here.